All right, everybody, this is it. 100 Bullets, number 100, the end, the finale. That is Graves standing on the stage with a bunch of bullet holes surrounding him, holding his attaché case. The show must go on, right? "100 Bullets, finale, A House of Graves." Written by Brian Azzarello, illustrated by Eduardo Risso, colored by Patricia Mulville, letters by Clem Robbins, cover by Dave Johnson, assistant editor Mark Doyle, editor Will Dennis. All right, let's see if we can do this justice. Killzone 2. What a great game. I love murder games. It's too bad 100 Bullets didn't get one. They were making one. Think about how cool it would have been for the shadows to work like this. It could have been incredible. It really could have been. All right, so what do we have happen here? Weather 2, status. Weather 2, come in. Weather 6, sir. Weather 2 is not responding. I need you to check their position. And then he sees this body floating in the water right here. Who is that? That's Benito. He didn't even get his shorts off. And then we have this car pulling up to the gates. Again, look at how the blacks work, right? It's really good. What if it's not open? What if Lona was snowing you and ain't on board? Cole, he is on a serious hate. Look at all these dead guys. Vic got out and pushed the gate open. Jack and Cole and Loop still in the car. Mr. Medici. Benito. Drowned? Yes, but strangled. Murder. I'm sorry. Unless that's a confession, you're not responsible. I will find who is. That's not your responsibility either. It's Dizzy's. Miss Cordova here is the agent of the Minutemen. So there Dizzy gets a little surprised. It is a night full of surprises. I mean, we might have known this, but Dizzy didn't, right? And so who did this to Benito? Was it Megan with her bikini top? What? You can't be serious, Graves. Tebow, I seriously can't be anything else. You all agreed that I would name my replacement. Now I have. She's been trained by me and Mr. Shepard before me. She's qualified. She's a she, not to mention a spit. We will refer to her as Agent Cordova. I understand your objections. I just won't tolerate them. Please, this is Crete talking now, down here in the second panel. So this is Graves telling them that big booty Latina Dizzy is in charge. She's out here in her silk nightie, right? Please get in the house, Crete says. You want to tell me how to do your job? Fine, do it. You have carte blanche again. Benito was murdered. He was the head of a house. Settle the bill. So Graves, merciless, right? As usual. Tebow here really does not look cut out for this. He really doesn't. He looks out of his depths. Look at this car, all shot up. This is the one that rolled in through the gate here a minute ago, right? Do they show it? Or do they just show it getting... Oh, here we go. Bam, 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 bam. Right, so that gunfire was directed at this car. Get the gate. Wait, these are our... And then at the gate, Vic grabs this dude's hand, puts a bullet in his head. And another one, and another one, and another one, and another one. And then Vic is just standing there with this guy over here behind the car who gets his eye blown out from the back of his head. Bam! Right? Look at that. That's rough. This poor guy. What did he ever do to anybody? Wrong place at the wrong time is all it takes. And Vic comes around. I thought you were retired, Dad. I am, Victor Ray. Work for myself now. Money was good, so I took this job. But now I'm leaving it. Too many grinding axes for me. You might think about putting yours down. You should go. Well, that's what I was fitting to do, so. Okay, my flight back to Chicago ain't till tomorrow, though. Tomorrow? Shit, old man. It's already today. You should reconsider. So, little L cut. I don't mind it. It's all right because the pages are connected. When there's an ad between them and you have to flip back to see what was said with the last line, that's obnoxious. This I don't mind. You should reconsider. What? Why, Megan? You've already talked me into making one mistake, so save your breath on another. I was foolish coming up here. I've been set up. You? We. No, yes, me. And don't play the dumb blonde, okay? Joan, Rothstein, that was your mistake. Bullshit. I never thought leaving Graves to his own devices was smart. The rest of you, as long as Graves had his game, I can't believe I was so stupid to be part of giving him a house. She pushes Megan out of the way. Megan drops her cigarette, right? You don't see it, do you? That your stupidity is the one thing that can save you. No, Megan, I don't. Tebow, There's Tebow. Like I said, Tebow wasn't up to it, was he? Stiletto in the heart. Who likes stilettos, right? Who have we seen use a stiletto before? And here, this guy, on the next page, the top panel, gets his gun pulled out of his hands. He's still alive. Someone walked up to him and just took his M4 from him. Why did you try to kill me? I was just doing my job. And Jack squishes his head. Jack is a monster. He really is. Mr. Daw, I'm surprised that you're still alive. And his name is Jack Daw. Isn't that fucking cool? That makes two of us. You should get out of my way, Crete. No, sir, I shouldn't. Graves, the Minutemen are in. So we have another L cut, the bottom of this page leading up to the top of the next one, Megan and Graves. Again, with no ad in between them, I don't mind so much. It's not that bad. I think this is an extra long issue. I think there are no ads. This might be like a full 32-page comic book. I don't know. But anyhow, it says, Graves, the Minutemen are in. Of course they are. They have a job to finish. She grabs his shoulder and slaps him across the face. Right? Call them off. I did. You piece of shit. She slaps him again. Tebow's dead. So is Benito. Are you? And then she winds up to slap him again. Are you suggesting I did that? Are you accusing me of that? And she did do it. If she did not do it herself, she had someone sneak up behind them and do it. Yes, Megan, I am. You murdered my father. He was my friend. I had respect for him. And she spits in his face. He did murder him. Shit is the business we're in, Megan. And he wipes her spit from his face. Whether we're full of it or digging ourselves out from under it. Shit happens. Augustus, we should have a few words. So Megan walks off and goes upstairs. I don't know whether to commend or condemn you. Graves walks over to the bar while Augustus is sitting there smoking a cigar, right, in the chair. Bam, 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 bam. Next panel, a bunch of guys shooting, and we have Graves' VO overdubbed over the top of it. Wasn't sure what your endgame was until I saw your son floating dead in the pool. That was some thinking on your feet. And so it looks like Graves should be able to see Augustus from where he is standing next to him, right? Augustus should be illuminated. He should be lit. I mean, being stripped of your power, it must have been quite a blow. And then selling the idea for me to take over a house. To make that make sense to the trust, mind you. But to me, kudos. Then ceding control over the House Medici to Benito after you knew he had designs on it. Brilliant. You left the other houses with no choice but to kill him to maintain the power structure they came here demanding. I'm fairly certain that all three were involved. Darcy, Vermeer, and Dietrich all conspired against Medici, meaning all three will have to be punished in kind. 3 houses with no heirs, leaving just 2, yours and mine. And with me left to choose our new agent, I'm sure you thought the threat of the Minutemen would be neutralized. Graves having a drink, still in shadow. And now Loop is running, being shot at. This looks like Crete and Jack still fighting, because that's Jack's hair and Crete's fucking turtle-shaped head. Loop is kicking all these guys' asses when they go to reload, right? Although they would have reloaded in, one at a time, not all 3 at once. Jack and Crete still fighting down the hillside. And Graves in shadow pulls the chair around. Oh, wait, first we get Loop on Cole. Is that Cole or is that someone else? So here we are, with the former Minutemen storming the gates. Do you still believe I can control them? That's obviously not Cole. That's not Cole's face at all. Fuck no, I don't, Lono says, from Augustus Medici's chair. Do you believe in God? No. The crocodiles, Crete and Jack go over the fence, down into the crocodile water. Dizzy is shooting at someone and distracts Lono. Oh, Dizzy is jumping out from behind a door and shooting at Lono. In the chest. 1 bullet, but that's a whole bunch of gunshots. It looks like he only gets hit once. Would have been better to have 4 or 5 of those blossoming on his chest in order to push him out a window, right? Because that's what's happening here. Crete and Jack are going down into fight among the crocodiles, the 2 monsters. Graves watches Lono tumble out a window. Don't. I know, Dizzy, what you just did. Killing someone simply for the reason you want them dead. It's difficult for a moral person. What's right and what's wrong, to decide it, it's a fucking big responsibility. Graves is just talking here. He doesn't have to say anything. We don't need any word balloons right here. He could just be walking over and grabbing a gun, right? But it's done. Someone's dead. Live with it. Myself, when I've struggled, I've taken comfort in believing some people just deserve to die, Augustus Medici says. And then Crete and Jack sinking into the water as crocodiles surround them. Maybe an alligator in there too? No, those all look like crocs. The difference between a crocodile and an alligator is the letter of their name. An alligator's nose looks like an A. A crocodile's nose looks like a C. Some people just deserve to die. Yes, some do. You convinced me of that. So there's Graves and Medici. What's going to happen here? That's not going to go well. Really? I remember it differently. Miss Dietrich, what are you doing? My job. Right now, Agent Cordova, your job is to keep the trust alive. Please don't tell me what my job is. I have a question. Did you love Benito? It's none of your business. It sounds like a yes, but I don't believe you. Benito he had a special place in my heart. Mine too. That's charming, vying for the love of a dead man. How can you satisfy it? Easy answer? Revenge. Revenge? That's funny. Sure, it touches you, but it's not the touch that you miss. What's that smell? Dear God. So she notices a little too late. There's a few things happening right here. Again, too many people talking, people saying more than they need to say. Megan becomes paralyzed in this moment, and that is surprising. She does not seem like the kind of person who'd be paralyzed, but she is. She can't move, and I don't know why that is. No! There's 2 gallons of gasoline. Try hell yes, Megan. Hell yes. Dizzy, you mind? There's Cole with no shoes on, sitting there lighting a cigarette. Please. Well, I am surprised. I figured a girl like you following in her old man's footsteps. So here's the panel where we find out who it was that they shot and then burned. He was on fire and then they shot him. Those are bullets going through him. So Megan Dietrich's father was not the first guy they killed. Not the first guy, because before any of these guys were Minutemen, remember, Augustus and Graves and a couple of the other guys, they'd killed off a couple members already. Following in your old man's footsteps, she'd like to finish what she started. And here we have Vic finding Loop. Loop. Yo, Vic. Hook this to the coil wire for me. What are you doing? Done, son. I'm done. Just wasted a cadre of motherfuckers. Don't know why. And worse, don't feel nothing about it. Fuck shit. I don't want to be like you, Vic. Sorry. Your father would be proud. Of what? Let me tell you what I remember. So now that caption is an L cut, right? It could be Will telling Loop, let me tell you what I remember about your father. But it's an L cut to Graves and Augustus, I believe. There hasn't been a single ad in this whole issue yet. I bet if we counted the pages, we'd get 30-something. I have not seen an ad. There's not been an ad. I remember drunkenly watching the sun come up when the idea of putting the trust's power in an attaché made sense. I remember a brave new world. I remember a trade-off, making a deal with... I remember that too, Augustus. It's always the devil you know, isn't it? I thought you'd like this. That your end would be, what's the French word? Merde? No. Shit. No. Apropos. That's the one. It fits. So here, that is Joan Darcy. She's dead too. With a pillow, I guess. Put a pillow over her face. Like a pair of shoes. Nice ones. Expensive ones. The kind worth blisters it takes to break them in. Or is it the other way around? Do the shoes break us in? I've been pondering that. What's your take, Megan? Megan is pissing herself. Now you's trying to put something out I ain't started yet. And then he lights the lighter. Why is Cole taking all this time to talk? What's Cole got against Megan? What'd she ever do to him? This is just convenient. This is just Cole Burns being a tool and having his own apropos ending. Maybe he's tired of fighting and running too. You killed your son. No, I left that up to the others. You gave them no choice. Please, you of all people, Graves. The choice is always there. Graves pulls a gun. Bam! That gunshot startles Cole. And maybe he didn't mean to drop the lighter while he was standing in the puddle of gasoline too. But instead of running, he tries to catch it. Look at Megan's eyes right there. And Graves with 2 guns, only fired once. Augustus Medici clutching his heart. That is the left side of his chest, right? The lighter falls, and Cole misses it. Wow. Really? Really? Look at Dizzy up here watching. Bam! That's Cole. There's Dizzy. She gets blown out over the railing. The house explodes. Loop, Vic, and Will Slaughter are driving away. Crocodile, Megan on her knees, burning. Lono left a blood trail away from the window. I know Lono has a 7-issue miniseries that I have not bought yet. I suppose I should. Dizzy gets blown off over the railing and falls and presumably lands on this table and breaks her back because Graves runs out. Dizzy! Hang on, girl. Hang. I can't feel. And her legs are all pigeon-toed. Shh. I don't feel. She can't feel her legs, right? She can't get up. Poor Dizzy. fire all around. The house is on fire. No ads. Oh, I was wrong. It's not an ad. It's on the ledge, right? It's editorial. It's basically letters pages. Mr. Medici, you killed him? Shh. You made a move, Mr. Graves, against another house in the trust? Yes. Yes, Agent Cordova, I did. Years ago, he ruined my life, compromised my principles, in exchange for giving me the opportunity to offer my principles to other people. Then he didn't ruin your life. The whole house is on fire, right? I know. What a brutal ending. Wow. Bam, the end. 100 bullets, the end. There's a special sneak preview for the unwritten, which I don't really care for, the art, but I'll show you guys the pages. These are the pages. He's like, this is like a Muse sort of story where he is supposedly taken someone's identity and is selling their story or something. This movie was ridiculous. Mutant Chronicles. Like Sin City. I bet it's the same, or like The Spirit. I bet it's the exact same, I wonder if it's the same production company that took an ad out in here for both movies. The producer, creator of Sin City did The Spirit, and I bet they did Mutant Chronicles too. Odd Lot, Lionsgate. I bet it's one of those companies down there. And I'm not even going to flip back to look. So 100 bullets, 100. June of 2009. All right, guys. I'll be back tomorrow with Savage Sword of Conan or Savage Tales or Conan Saga or something like that. See you then. Bye.